Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Weather Sim forecast. And in today's forecast, we're going to be talking about a large storm that's going to be coming to the United States today. And this is going to bring a lot of impacts, as not only are we talking about chances for damaging winds, large hail, and even a few tornadoes will all be possible, but once we get into the next couple of weeks, this is when I think we'll really start to see those chances for severe weather start to increase, as we will be seeing more of that energy surge on in from the Gulf of Mexico, which will be something to really keep an eye on very closely, as a lot of this will really be a big deal once we get into the later part of May. And at the same time, we may also need to watch for a few hurricanes here and there, which will be something to watch closely once we get into the later half of May. Let's first start off by going over what's happening across the United States today, and you guys can see that we do have a couple areas to watch for. We got one down there in Texas, back down there into northern New Mexico, and as well as the northern part of Mexico, I should say. But we also got another one back over there towards Georgia, and as well as the Florida Panhandle. And then we also got another big area to watch for that includes areas of the Tennessee River valleys back over there into North Carolina. You guys will be under the gun for severe weather today. Main concerns for today is going to be hail. We got a threat for large hail across all areas, including a chance for even some large hail. We're talking large to very large hail looking like a possibility today, especially where you see those black hatch colors. This is when we could be talking about 2-inch in diameter hail or greater, and that also comes with a threat for a few tornadoes across all areas, and we could even be talking about some damaging winds. So damaging winds and large hail will be the main concerns, but even a small tornado or two cannot be ruled out, so we will need to keep an eye on that very closely as we head throughout the rest of today and perhaps even into tonight. And then once we get into tomorrow, however, this is when most of the severe weather is going to be focused more down there towards the southeast, where we do have chances for severe thunderstorms once again. Main concerns for tomorrow is going to be hail, along with a threat for even a few damaging winds. Doesn't look like we'll be seeing any threat for any strong tornadoes or anything like that, so you guys don't really need to be too concerned about the tornado threat, but it's still something to be weather aware about, as those storms may still contain a few tornadoes here and there. So we will watch that very closely as we get into tomorrow. And then of course the last day is day 3, where we do have a small marginal risk. That should be our last day of less severe weather. And then I think once we get into the later part of May, like I said, this is when we'll really start to see the activity really start to ramp up. So we will watch that very closely. And once again, environment for severe weather today is going to be very favorable. We're talking some pretty good numbers around that could result in maybe some supercells here and there. And it looks like the best chances will be over areas like Kentucky, Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, even over there towards the Carolinas. You guys will all see chances for not only damaging winds and large hail, but also a tornado or two is not ruled out as we head throughout today. And then after that, the environment starts to die down a little bit, but once again, we still got chances for damaging winds, large hail, and even a few tornadoes down there towards areas like Georgia and as well as the Carolinas. So we got to keep an eye on that area very closely as we get into the next few days, and especially today, once again, where we do have that chance for severe weather. And then if we also look at when we can expect those chances for showers and thunderstorms, you guys can see that as we take this forward into the next couple of hours, once again, we got showers and thunderstorms likely to develop across areas of the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys, bringing chances for not only large hail and damaging winds, but once again, even an isolated tornado or two is not out of the question. And we might even see some of these storms down there towards Texas also produce large hail tail as well, which will be storms to keep an eye on closely as we head into the next couple of hours. And if we also look at what we can expect for flooding is also another big concern, especially today, where we not only got that big marginal risk out there to the west, but down there towards Texas, we actually got a slight risk for flash flooding across extreme southern Texas, where we could be talking about some pretty good flash flooding. So something to really keep an eye on there very closely. Once we get into tomorrow, however, flash flood threat dies down quite a bit, but flash flooding still not out of the question. Once we get into Saturday, which will be the weekend, we do have chances for flash flooding once again, especially across the northeast and as well as the southeast. And then once we get into day 4, which will be the beginning of next week, we do see that flood threat start to ramp up again, which will be something to keep an eye on very closely. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we will continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest. And make sure to also give this video a thumbs up, so that way you guys don't miss out on any future videos or live streams that we do here on this channel. And once again, we really do appreciate you guys' support. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday out there. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.